Ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very serious, very, very profound. This is a breakthrough. First of all, Eric H526 and Luke St. Martin, thank you very much. This is an amazing, amazing breakthrough. You might not know this, but it's been reported based on people who have spoken on condition of anonymity. Because when you speak on condition of anonymity, it is so profound. You are taking your life at risk as a source. So that means it's even more true than ever. People speaking on, and by the way, thank you for, I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding like some people. But under sources of anonymity that need to be protected, Trump has kidnapped Santa Claus. And he's holding him for ransom, and the elves, and the reindeer, in the bowels of the White House. And Lord knows what they're doing to Santa Claus. Under condition of anonymity, sources close to people, confidential sources, people with knowledge of the situation, have confirmed that the Santa's North Pole, South Pole headquarters, where he makes all the toys, has been bulldozed for a resort, a golf resort, in the snow. Because Trump is a madman. He's a madman. Forget about the fact that he doesn't pay taxes. He is holding Santa Claus for ransom. He's kidnapped Santa Claus. Santa Claus is now a hostage. And Martha Claus is also a hostage. So you see what he's done to Christmas. You can see what he's going to do to the country, ladies and gentlemen. Sources close to people, condition of anonymity. I can't tell you how I know, but if you knew how I knew, then you would understand how accurate and how pristine and how right I am. And this is being reported now by the New York Times and the Washington Post. He's also, don't let me forget about what he's done to the Tooth Fairy and the Loch Ness Monster. Trump is a madman. He's capable of anything. And if you hear on condition of anonymity from good journalists at the New York Times and the Washington Post and others, and the Atlantic, who say that he said something according to people who were there, they were there, and this is according to their opinion. It's called the Big Lebowski rule. It's just your opinion, man. And that's it. I mean, he's capable and he doesn't pay taxes. Do you understand? Sam, hello. Thank you. Loud citizen. Trump is starting to eat the reindeer. Melania is roasting each one of the reindeer. Rudolph is now a roast. Roasted Rudolph. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Too bad Trump roasted you alive, and now he's eating you piece by piece. And Eric and Uday and Kusei and Don Jr. From the helicopter have taken each of them as they're flying alongside the helicopter and taken them all out. This is according to sources on condition of anonymity, who are completely objective sources. J-Man! How about our taxes used for Ukraine? Yep. J-Man, you're right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I started this off. That was actually more accurate than the New York Times article. And he paid $38 million in taxes in 2005. That was reported in 2017. Now, if you look, after the Times declined to provide the records in order to protect its sources, Mr. Garten took direct issue with the amount of taxes Trump had paid. Okay, so The New York Times has stated verbatim, this is the actual quote, "It is the dumbest, most absurd headline you've ever seen in your life." Or it's the most ridiculous, nonsensical, irrational, well, it's the definition of election interference. Because they run a story, ladies and gentlemen, that's based on complete and utter nonsense. They say that he doesn't pay taxes. First of all, if that were true, he would be abiding by the law, if that were true. If that were true. Now, change the tax laws, number one. So when they say, well, Trump didn't pay taxes, Amazon doesn't pay taxes, change the laws. They are utilizing existing laws. Democrats need to run on increasing taxes. Agent Pepsi. The reason Barron Trump is so tall. Roasted elves. Agent Pepsi. Sheena. Trump is a badass and so are you. Go Raiders. Yes, Sheena. Thank you, Sheena. Thank you, Sheena. Very, very kind of you. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Renee. These people are so desperate they are recycling their own smear. Sad. Exactly. Renee, Sheena, thank you so very much. Very kind of you. Go Raiders. Renee, you're 100% right. They're now rehashing and repeating their own nonsense. Agent Pepsi won. Roasted reindeer. So good for you. Yeah. Who doesn't like a little roasted Rudolph reindeer? You look, ladies and gentlemen, and it's like they don't have any evidence. You just have to trust the journalistic integrity. The journalistic integrity tells you that you need to trust them is capable of anything. Do you understand? I'm trying to find the actual quote that I quoted in, because there are like different, a bunch of different New York Times articles on this. This is absolutely hilarious. So I have to read the original way, the original way they phrase this. It was basically they didn't have any evidence, but they wanted to protect their sources. So it's like you make these claims where, and it's kind of funny too, because you have all these different like journalists. They're all like, oh my god, this is unbelievable, oh my god. Long concealed records. It's interesting also, if you look at one of the, the article that I read today, I have it, I took a screenshot of it. Okay, so it was actually, this is the just verbatim from the I'm trying to find exactly how they phrased it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we are publishing this report. Okay, sorry. We are not making the records. Listen to this. You know what? I'm very close to just every single day. It'll be like performance art, where from here on out, you just see me repeating the same things, the same sentence, and this is what I would repeat. And just every day, it would just be me. 10 different videos, me repeating the same thing. I'd have different Ushankas on, different background here. But it'd just be repeating the same phrase, and it would be 5 minutes, and then I'd end the upload, or live streams that repeat this phrase. We are not making the records themselves public because we do not want to jeopardize our sources, who have taken enormous personal risk to help inform the public. Then they say, the sources obtained all the information legally. So all the information the Times obtained was provided by sources with legal access to it. So what are they doing that's putting themselves at risk if everything is public record knowledge? These people are the biggest imbeciles on the planet. Is there financial clue to his deference to Russia? What deference? He's the only president to provide lethal aid to Ukraine. President Obama did not. He failed to veto. He even failed to veto a sale of 20% of U.S. uranium capacity. His deference to Putin? I mean, when they lose, it's going to be so delicious and sweet and just lovely. That's it. Putin controls the country. And that's why you lost. You lost twice. Hashtag you lost twice. You lost twice. Democrats, you lost twice. Yeah. What's the problem? You lost twice. All of the information, so they're going to have you believe that this is absolutely hilarious. All the information the Times obtained was provided by sources with legal access to it, and, of course, we're not making the records themselves public because we do not want to jeopardize our sources who have taken enormous personal risk to help inform the public. Oh, my God. You have taken enormous personal risks? Oh. Old school dad, man. Sources, we don't need no stinking. We don't need no stinking sources, exactly. Old school dad, man, exactly. Renee, old school dad, man. Sheena, thank you. Agent Pepsi 1. So they're trying to be Assange. But Assange published the truth. That's why he is suffering so much. And God bless him, he should be free. But that's why they've tried to hurt him. Because he published the truth. The truth about them equals lies about Trump. They said if the truth is going to be published about us, we're just going to engage in lies about Trump. Who have taken enormous personal risks to help inform the public. Hold on. Who have taken enormous personal risk to inform the public. Oh my goodness. The New York Times. So it's really interesting because they're so clueless. I'm trying to find oh man, I can't get. Okay, so I want to find the actual. So this is from the editor of the New York Times. We are not making the records themselves public because we do not want to jeopardize our sources. So I just want to find the actual. Okay, so we are not making the records themselves public. So this is because we do not want to jeopardize our sources. This is so hilarious. We do not want to jeopardize our sources. Now, the editor of the New York Times says we are not making the records themselves public because they've fabricated everything, obviously. And so we are not making the records themselves public because we do not want to jeopardize our sources. And then it goes on to say, who have taken enormous personal risk to inform the public. Who have taken enormous personal risk to inform the public. They're such good people. I can't believe how good these people are. Now, then they say all the information the Times obtained was provided by sources with legal access to it. So how on earth are you going to say that people are risking their lives or taking enormous risks or alluding to them risking their lives or their well-being or their welfare. How are you going to say this? How are you going to pretend that you've done what a person who's now suffering and battling extradition has done? These people, nobody takes them seriously. Nobody takes them seriously. They take themselves seriously, and then when they lose, they are going to lose the election. When they lose the election, again, it is going to be absolutely hilarious. Harry, hope all is well. Harry, thank you. Harry, loud citizen. That's funny, loud citizen. Bye. Nice. Loud citizen. Hunter's Moon. Leaking tax info is a felony. 5 years, $250,000 fine. Yep. Hunter's Moon. Old school dad man. Sources. We don't need those secret sources. Thank you. Oh, by the way, if you're watching in Norway, I believe it's Torkel. Torkel in Norway. Eric H526. Did I miss this gentleman yesterday who gave a super chat in Norway? To my viewers in Norway, and I believe his name is Torkel in Norway, thank you so very much. I apologize. I didn't see your super chat yesterday, and I apologize. But thank you for watching. To my viewers in Norway, thank you. Thank you. And just thank you. So it's kind of funny, too, like, long concealed records show Trump's chronic losses and years of tax avoidance. Here's a simple, since 46% of Americans do not pay federal income tax. They don't pay federal income tax. Yes, Hunter's Moon, it is a felony, and the interesting thing is the New York Times says, well, it's legally obtained, whatever. They don't have any inside information. They're looking at public record knowledge, and they're trying to base, this is like the equivalent of when you have 350 psychiatrists say that Trump has lost his marbles, he needs to be removed, he's a danger to the world. These psychiatrists who've never spoken to him, they have concluded this because they're experts. This past 4 years has been the following. Experts say Trump is bad. Well, Trump is really bad because the experts say so. What about the experts that don't say that? Oh, those are marginal. Those are bad people. Those are not even experts. In fact, they're neophytes. Yeah, they're horrible people. They're not experts at all. Only experts would say the bad things about Trump. Yeah, that's how experts work. They're so apoplectic and hysterical, and then they wonder, why are we going to lose? Why are we going to lose? They're going to lose again. They make things up. It's completely fabricated. They have no evidence. They make claims without any evidence. I'm just going to use the Big Lebowski rebuttal. That's your opinion, man. You mess with the Jesus. That's your opinion, man. What did he say? We're going to take you out on, I forgot it. I love the Big Lebowski. I love the Big Lebowski. Going to shove it. I love the Big Lebowski. But he's like, yeah, that's your opinion, man. This is all their opinion, man. After the Times declined to provide records in order to protect its sources. So, these aren't accountants, number one. But here, this article also draws upon dozens of interviews and previously unreported material from other sources, both public and confidential. That is not a... All the information the Times obtained was provided by sources with legal access to it. While most of the tax data has not been previously made public, the Times was able to verify portions of it by comparing it with publicly available information. What? The Times was able to verify by comparing it with publicly available information and confidential records previously obtained by the Times? How on earth are you going to verify a billionaire's taxes with public record information and confidential information that we have no idea? That nobody has a clue of whether or not it's accurate or legitimate or genuine. This is like just a bunch of nonsense pieced together to sound really, really, professional and journalistic. We're going to operate on your heart, and we're going to transplant a platypus's heart into your heart. And we know it's possible because all the information obtained was provided by sources with legal access to it. And while most of the information on platypus human heart transplants has been made public, the New York Times was able to verify portions of it by comparing it with the publicly available information on platypus to human heart transplants and also confidential records about platypus to human heart transplants. You should be just fine. There's actually no problem at all with this. These people make things up. They just make things up. They just completely make things up, and then they act like, oh my God, how dare you? Is it let a second? It's like you wouldn't allow anyone to accuse you of, like, this is how they justify making these grandiose conclusions and allegations and claims pertaining to Trump's finances. The man's a billionaire multiple times over. Then they say it's not really a billionaire. Doesn't matter if you even have like $100 million, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's still. This article draws upon dozens of interviews. Well, how do we know the interviews of these people are even accurate? What do interviews of other people have to do with Trump's taxes, you absolute buffoons? Previously unreported material. Well, if it's been unreported, it must be accurate. I mean, only the most accurate and verifiable information and data has been unreported. That sounds really juicy. You mean there are interviews and unreported material? That's juicy. Yeah. From other sources. Oh my, it's even other sources, both public and confidential. If it's public sources, then you have no clue of how accurate that is. And if it's confidential, you definitely have no clue. Then it's all the information the Times obtained was provided by sources with legal access to it. So, legal access, so you basically have no information that would be directly from his tax returns. While most of the tax data has not previously been made public, the Times was able to verify portions of it. How? By comparing it with publicly available information? You're comparing it with information that might not be directly linked to his taxes to begin with. What did you find? A Forbes article when he was ranked 35th richest person or 150th richest person? This is like an 8th grade class project. This is the pantheon this is the Mount Olympus of journalism. These are the vanguards of the press and the free press. The Times was able to verify portions. This is hilarious. The Times was able to verify portions of it by comparing it with publicly available information. Well, if it's publicly available, it should match everything that's within that the IRS has, and confidential records previously obtained by the Times. You know, if it's confidential records previously obtained, then it must be accurate. My cousin knows exactly. Buck down a pie. James O'Keefe just exposed a cash for ballots harvesting scheme. Wow, implicating politicians in Minnesota. Oh wow, even with video evidence. Why do I feel like the New York Times won't mention it, let alone the police do anything about it? The Justice Department will. Bogdana Papai, the Justice Department will. So now that you have William Barr on the case, he will definitely be collecting that information. Renee! Enormous risk of reporting the exact opposite as a couple of years ago. Exactly. Laughable. They depend on the memory hole. Exactly. Renee, thank you. Renee, it's so true. They have to rewrite history and erase history. If they don't erase history and rewrite history, then they have no story. Because President Trump, when it comes down to it, Renee and Simon, have you seen the new Project Veritas? I haven't. I have to. Bogdana Papai brought that up. I have to check it out. James O'Keefe is awesome. Bogdana Papai, thank you. I tried typing in the politician's name, but it wouldn't accept my comment. Slightly suspicious. Yeah. There is a great deal of that going on. I will definitely read up on that. I'm sure that the conservative, like the conservative sites, the Federalist, National Review, they will, hopefully the National Review, Daily Caller, they will report on that. You have, at the heart of Trump's presidency, this is the reality. Trump is a very, if you didn't obsess over his, if you didn't obsess over his personality, or what media thinks could have happened possibly, according to unnamed sources linked to the Loch Ness Monster and the Wolfman. At the heart of President Trump's presidency, he's kind of a boring president. Really, thank God. We had record low unemployment. He didn't work with Russia. So there's nothing specifically that he did. He downplayed the pandemic. This is all opinion. He could have worked with Russia. He was trying to interfere in the election. These are things that never happened. He wants a wall. You don't want a wall? Fine. We had record low unemployment. He's focused on the economy. It's not boring, the achievements. He's the first president to step foot in North Korea. Begin détente between North and South Korea. He presided over peace between and diplomatic relationships between Israel and the UAE and Bahrain. He's doing amazing. He's not there's no grandiose military conflict that he's actually reversing. He's ending the war in Afghanistan. He's bringing home Americans or withdrawing them from Iraq. He removed Americans from Syria. He ended covert programs funding rebels. If you just reported on Trump's presidency accurately, it would be pretty mundane. He's just reversing a whole lot of bad decisions. George Rivera Jr. Trump's taxes aside, all I know is that Hillary had listed bills. Oh my goodness! I can't believe you said that. George Rivera Jr. Thank you. All I know is that. Thank you, George Rivera Jr. Hope all is well. George Rivera Jr., I hope all is well. Be here November. Everyone be here. George, be here November 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Be here all throughout October. I promised myself I'm going to be doing 3 segments a day on H.A. Goodman's other channel. And what can I tell you? My website should be up in the next week or so. It's contactgoodman78@gmail.com if you want to be part of a newsletter. And George Rivera Jr., thank you. This is the worst time. Whenever you hear, 20 years from now, if you hear a person, I worked for CNN covering Donald Trump, you're probably gonna laugh. I was reporting on the Trump administration for the Washington Post. Oh, okay, so you had a very unhappy 8 years. You can only cry wolf so long. You can only, George, thank you again. You can only scream at the top of your lungs how bad of a person Trump is. Like, nobody cares. This is the thing with the Democratic Party. Nobody cares what you think of them, Democrats. You have to actually go to, like, going into Twitter or Facebook or getting into an argument with a person who has TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. You have to, it's like flying to Foxborough in the winter. And this is when Brady was there. And facing the Patriots. And doing so, knowing it's going to be 20 below, a blizzard. And doing this all the time. I'm not going to go onto their home field all the time. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to do this. It is not wise. This is why you do not debate anyone who can't stand President Trump, because they don't deal in reality. They're completely apoplectic and devoid of reality. He's a bad person. Well, Biden's a bad person. Trump's a worse person. No, Biden's a bad person. It's like, and then what really messes them up, don't do this because I've done this before, and it short circuits their brain. I just can't believe you're voting for Trump. I just can't believe you're voting for well, it'll be Clinton. So Hillary Clinton's going to replace Biden. You watch. That'll be the biggest call of all time. But anyway, just the people, they still believe Biden. Whatever. I can't believe you're voting for Biden. I can't believe you're voting for Trump. I can't believe you're voting for Biden. You just stop that. It's not the same thing. Yes, it is the same thing. Trump is a danger to national security. Biden's a danger to national security. You stop that. You can't say that. Yeah, I'm saying it. Yeah. This is republic. You care about the country? Do you care about the country? Don't say it's not the same thing. It's not morally relative. Trump is a clear and present threat to this country. Biden is a clear and present threat to this country. Yeah. If you repeat everything they say, it comes down to opinion. It comes down to opinion. Anthony! HJ, did you catch the MSNBC with Gravity Defying Joe? The host propped him up like Ivor the Boneless. He called Trump the horrible debate. I didn't. I have to. If I go to GOP War Room, So then this is interesting. Biden refuses to say whether he'd pack the courts. Because this is hilarious. He doesn't want anything the far left wants. This is hilarious. Anthony, I have to see this. Clip. I haven't seen the clip, but you watch, everybody. Hillary Clinton's going to be there at the end. You watch, everyone. My prediction remains more relevant now than when I wrote the article in 2017. Hillary Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump in the Huffington Post. President Trump's going 8 years. So that's the biggest part of the prediction, the prophecy, the H.A. Goodman prophecy, which, of course, I'm joking about, but yeah, it's prophetic. Yeah. You look at these, you've never seen... Anthony, I have to go. I have to find that. Paul Bartlett. Paul, thank you very much, Paul. And thank you always, Paul, for your kind words. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Paul Bartlett, thank you. Thank you for your kind words, and just thank you for being so kind and always so supportive and always so nice. Thank you, Paul. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you for your generosity. Please be here in November. It's going to be awesome. You look at, just really quickly, Anthony. You brought me onto this. JSpot 51. All right, JSpot 51. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Thank you. Harry, exactly. You look at Amy Coney Barrett, and they cannot find anything bad about her. They can't find anything bad about her. She has 7 children. Like, her family is a beautiful, happy family. She is going to be another Antonin Scalia, which Democrats did to themselves because they cheated Bernie Sanders, and they expected everyone to just fall in line. And it's not the people who didn't fall in line that's the problem. It's the people who expected everyone to simply fall in line. Those people are the problem. But you look, ladies and gentlemen, and it's almost like they're giving up. It's almost like they're giving up. So type in Amy Coney Barrett right now, because this is the thing. Trump has a tremendous political victory. They started with the Atlantic article, because they're like, oh my God, he's gaining momentum. The exhumed body is losing in the polls that we fabricated. Even the public relations stunts aren't working anymore. What do we do? So they're like, Trump has said bad things about people who've lost their lives. He's capable of this, and it's people according to sources familiar. All right, he never did that. That's obviously he never did that. That's not who he is. And if anything, that kind of disdain for that issue, that's on the left. You look at what they're doing to the United States. Look at what they're doing to cities. Look at what they're doing to police buildings. Look what the far left, like, do they think this country is just and moral? Okay, so President Trump loves the country. If he had a problem with John McCain, that doesn't mean he would make those statements. See, they always have like the worst grasp of logic. Well, he said bad things about McCain. Yeah, you know who else did? Democrats in 2008. They forget this. But it didn't work. So they're like, oh my God, Trump is gaining steam. What do we do now? And then RBG passed away. And then Amy Coney Barrett's going to be the 3rd Supreme Court pick. The 3rd Supreme Court pick. They're on the ropes. They are done as a political party. They're like completely on the ropes. Paul, thank you again. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Nays Garden! Hello, sir. Has Trump done anything Bernie promised to do? Yes. Nays Garden, number 1. He signed prison reform legislation, the First Step Act. So Bernie talked about prison reform a lot in 2016. See, I'm a different Bernie Sanders supporter. I'm not the Bernie Sanders supporter of 2020. I'm 2016, and those people don't exist / are now either Trump supporters or thinking of becoming Trump supporters or maybe move to Bernie 2020. But he signed prison reform legislation. Prison reform was a big issue. But primarily, the big reason that I wrote in the Huffington Post, The Hill, and Salon, Nays Garden, looking forward to the interview after the election for sure, in late November. The big issue for me, he ended officially the war in Afghanistan. That's huge, okay? To bring home Americans from that conflict. There was never an end in sight. Clinton would have continued our involvement forever. I was assuming Bernie would have done that, but the way I see Bernie now, he's like a doormat of the Democratic Party, so he probably wouldn't have. But Trump did, and this is what I thought Bernie would do. He is drawing down and removing soldiers from Iraq. That's a big thing. He removed soldiers from a very, very dangerous part, of Syria. Ended a covert operation funding rebels that didn't work, which was a type of regime change, Naysgarden, that the Democrats and establishment Republicans wanted. Okay, so that in and of itself is a big thing. For me, he is the first president, President Trump. I mean, you'd think that Bernie Sanders would kind of touch upon this, but he didn't really. First president to sign an executive order combating anti-Semitism on college campuses, which I believe is running rampant. But he presided over a peace deal, an economic deal between Israel and the UAE and Bahrain, which is huge in the region. Then Serbia and Kosovo, which is huge in that region. Then the first president to step foot in North Korea to begin détente between North and South Korea. I thought Bernie Sanders would do these things. I thought that he would, in terms of foreign policy, I thought that was the most important issue for me. I thought that Bernie would be the opposite of the neoconservatives, but he's voting alongside Max Boot and Bill Kristol, which is exactly what I never thought he would do, but he did. The Medicare for All people and the neoconservatives of the Bush administration are now hand in hand in the same bed doing Lord knows what to each other, and they're voting for the same person, which will eventually be Clinton, but now Biden, but it will eventually be Clinton. So I can go on forever, but in terms of foreign policy, and you would think that Bernie would go after very corrupt intelligence officials. Trump now has the Durham probe. Bernie became a singular, like the Medicare for All. That was just one issue. He talked about foreign policy. President Trump, Bernie Sanders talked about tariffs and addressing the trade imbalance with China. Naysgarden. Trump has addressed the trade imbalance with China. Now, people can disagree on tariffs. That's fine. 30 years from now, it's going to be China and India, and we'll be a distant third. People, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be a distant third. It'll be China and then India, then us. So Naysgarden, I think the economic aspect regarding that, and then he negotiated a new NAFTA, which is USMCA, which is exactly you would think what Bernie was going to do. So Naysgarden, a lot of things, but when people say, like, on the left, like, Tim Canova's voting for Trump, Tim Poole's voting for Trump, H.A. Batman, it's like, yeah, because there's, like, 2016, Bernie Sanders, I get everything I wanted and more with Trump because he doesn't get bullied around by anyone. Naysgarden, thank you, Naysgarden. Lisa Lister, supporting my favorite voice on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa Lister. Thank you so very much. Lisa, I hope all is well. And Lisa, thank you so very much always for being so kind and just always for being so wonderful. Paul Naysgarden, Lisa Lister. Thank you, Lisa. I hope all is well. Please be here November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I'm going to have a very special Ushanka made very soon. I already have my election Ushanka, which will actually have one of my heroes, I think the heroes of millions of people on it, and also a fantastic message for Democrats on the Ushanka. It'll be fantastic. That'll be a white one, white furry one. Lisa Lister, thank you. You'll see that one in about a week or so, and then I have another awesome one coming up. So Lisa, thank you so very much. Jay Barnard, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jay. Reminds me of when Maddow broke Trump's. She looked like she opened sock for Christmas. Exactly. And then it was like a bunch of coal. They're always like, we have Trump now. We have Trump. And then they're like, oh my God. And then this is the thing, Jay and everybody here. If he didn't pay taxes, he's doing so because there are loopholes. The geniuses, the intelligentsia don't realize that this is actually legal. So run on increasing taxes. The left will love you. And like Bernie never really talked about increasing taxes in 2016. He didn't really talk about it also in 2020. They talk about a lot of things like, 2020 was like, we were going to have a Medicare for all and a universal basic income. and abolish student debt, and then Green New Deal legislation. And it's like, how do you fit that in a $4.79 trillion budget? If you can, great, fantastic. Why don't you talk about how you do it? But they don't talk about it. We're going to do all those things. Retweet. And then, the $20 million venture capital person's running for Congress. I endorse this person. Actually, I don't endorse the person. The revolution is bigger than one person. They would backstab each other. They always backstab each other. So funny. Backstabbers. Jay, thank you. Lisa Lister, thank you. Big Chris. Dude, Rob Agavigan, 3 million subs, doing creepy stuff. Just did a live stream explaining how he told a billionaire who wanted to buy him how to go after himself today. Totally believable, brother. Punk rock, man. Thank you very, very much, Big Chris. Yeah, I'm going to look. That's pretty awesome. 3 million subs. He's probably making a great deal of money. I'm sure he deserves it as well. Let's see. I'm going to look him up. By the way, Rob Gavigan, nice. Awesome. Thank you, Big Chris. Thank you. I'm going to try to find that. Try to find that that segment. Thank you, Big Chris. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, sometimes people who feel that they have so much money they can manipulate others need to be told that. I agree with you 100%. That is punk rock. Big Chris, thank you very much. I hope all is well. Hope you're doing well. Big Chris, thank you. Thank you for watching, as always. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I saw that amazing segment from Gary Lamb, his message to Tim Pool. That was truly a phenomenal video. I subscribe to Gary Lamb, and I want everyone to subscribe also to Gary Lamb. He's fantastic. I'll give you. I'm going to look into Rob Gavigan also. Thank you, Big Chris. He looks like an awesome channel. Nice. 10 unsuspecting things that are actually... Oh my God, I have to watch this, actually. I gotta watch this. This is interesting. Oh my God. But no, Gary Lamb is fantastic, everybody. Please subscribe to him. I'm going to give you the link to his channel right now. He has an amazing channel. He supports President Trump, which is fantastic. And he has a fantastic story as well. So here it is. But yeah. So where were we? Every breakthrough report is a complete dud. It's like an album that like this band's been working on. Like every report, Big Chris, it's like this album that a band's been working on for 3 years, and it's like the worst songs you've ever heard. And that's what like the New York Times we came out with this report, and it's so amazing, you see. Well, where's the evidence? The evidence? Evidence? It is so evidency that it's confidential to protect the sources because they're at great risk. In fact, there's such great risk that they all provided legal information. Legal. So nobody knows why they would be at such great risk, but just go with it. When they lose again, Lisa Lister, Paul Bartlett, everyone here. Nay's Garden, everyone here. Big Chris, everyone here. Jay Barnard. It's going to be amazing. Storm Crow forever! Dems. Dems, how many of us know them? Dems, the ones you can't depend on. Let's be Dems. No, let's not be Dems. Oh, that's awesome. I call you SF. SF, thank you. Luke St. Martin, Eric H526, I hope all is well. Eric, you live in Florida. You are one lucky man. A state where you can go out and enjoy your life. I'm stuck in my Biden bunker here with this. I got my rifles. Hey, a pandemic. It's for your own good. So they keep on coming out with this. And of course, the Twitter is just, oh my God, he doesn't pay taxes. Yeah, because those are the laws. Let's just assume that he didn't pay taxes. He's not breaking the law in doing so if there are loopholes. This is a very difficult concept because a great percentage of people don't pay taxes, unfortunately, because they don't make enough money to do so. It would be fantastic if everyone paid a great deal of taxes because that would mean they're making a great deal of money. But, oh, wow. So, President Trump, post-millennial is awesome. The post-millennial is awesome. I'm going to pitch an article one day to the post-millennial, and I would be very proud to be published if they found it worthy. Postmillennial.com, Ian Miles Chong. Ballot harvesting, cash for votes. Wow, Democrats, fantastic. This is not gonna be very good. Oh, is this the 180 years one? So Biden said that I got to the Senate 180 years ago. And then you have, oh my gosh, she's part of the peoples of praise. That's the only comeback. There's the only rebuttal. This is, I'm looking at these. So hold on. So it's hashtag Trump taxes. Trump meltdown. This is here. This is how you know the absolute unhinged, apoplectic, biblical reaction is going to be fantastic. What is trending today on the cesspool of crap and feces, Twitter? What is trending? Is it Biden is fantastic? Is it go vote Democrats? Is it such enthusiasm for this political party? Yay. Hashtag Trump taxes. Hashtag Trump meltdown. Hashtag Trump is not a billionaire. They're obsessed with this man. They're obsessed with him. It will be their undoing. I'm not obsessed with the Clintons. People thought I was, but I was like, well, she used a server with top secret intel. Anyone care? Oh, nobody cares. Okay. SF, thank you. Midnight Smoker 37. HA, keep up the good work. Trump 2020. Thank you, Midnight Smoker 37. Thank you very much. Be here November 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I don't even know Midnight Smoker, everyone here, SF, Paul Bartlett, Lisa Lister, Nays Garden, everybody here, Big Chris. I don't know which is going to even be better. November 3rd is going to be euphoric. I think we're going to go in like 5 swing states, up 20,000 votes. And then like William Barr is going to be like hovering around. There'll be like 30 Department of Justice helicopters hovering around different swing states. And they'll be like, over there, that is a ballot harvester. Put the spotlight on that. That's the Democratic Party ballot harvester, yes. We're going to arrest anyone who harvests ballots made by Kinko's and purchased by Jerry Nadler by the 5,000 sheet purchased by Kinko's and created by copy machines. As you can see, I'm flying alongside 45 Department of Justice helicopters hovering around Debbie Wasserman Schultz's offices. And there's no reason for that other than to protect the election of the integrity of the election. So don't mind us. The Democrats are like, it's gonna be great. We'll find out, but you never be too certain. I mean, we're all gonna find out a day after the election. It's like, yeah, they know that you're gonna try to cheat because that's what you do. Ask Bernie Sanders. Actually, don't ask Bernie Sanders because he won't say, cheat. You didn't cheat me. What are you talking about? You didn't cheat me at all. In fact, you were very nice to me. You were absolutely... I've never been treated better in my entire life. Not even when I honeymooned in Moscow, which wasn't an oath of allegiance to Stalin, but whatever. Angela Goodwin, thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, and Shana Tova to you, Angela Goodwin. Years and years back, I'd be very, very religious. I was a lot more religious. When I was growing up, I grew up in a religious Hebrew school. So I wouldn't be doing this live stream now, but you know what? This is so enjoyable. It's like almost like it's not work to me. It's just enjoyable to be here with just wonderful people. Lisa Lister, Paul, everyone here, Big Chris, everyone here. It's fantastic. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. They don't realize that William Barr has Operation Legend. He has the Durham probe. Then he's going to have election integrity investigation. He'll find somebody, the guy will be, his name's Mortimer. The Mortimer probe. They'll be probing everything. It'll be an election just full of probes. And the Mortimer probe found 50,000 empty ballot boxes right next to the swamps in Florida. Alligators munching on ballots. What could be? They're all Trump ballots. Alligators have been fed Trump ballots. Only Trump ballots. And notice that you will never find a Democratic Party ballot anywhere. It'll always be Trump, like in a ravine someplace, Trump ballots, in a sewage dump. 50,000 Trump ballots were found in a sewage dump. That was just an accident. They're always like, and then you'll get like the Nation, Mother Jones. No, 50,000 ballots weren't found in a sewage dump. It was a processing treatment plant. So you lied again. It wasn't a sewage dump. Sewage dumps are different from processing treatment plants, number one. Number two, it wasn't 50,000 ballots. It was 25,000 ballots. Number three, it was 25,000 ballots. And then they'll just go on and on and on and on and on. Jay Barnard. It's almost like people don't understand that the IRS already has full access to all of its taxes. Okay, and exactly, and elect to ignore any nefarious goings on. Exactly, it's just opposed to any rational thinking. Yet here we are addressing it. Exactly. That's the issue. Simon Hathaway Spurlock. Your live streams, your mitzvahs. God bless you. Thank you, Simon. God bless you. That's very, very kind of you, Simon. Thank you. Very, very kind of you. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Shana Tova to you and everybody here. Simon, thank you. Exactly. Jay Barnard, exactly. But they don't get it because, like, a good percentage of Americans don't pay income tax. Okay. Then they shouldn't have to. If they don't make enough money to, they shouldn't have to. But, like, if you need to pay more, they let you know. The government lets you know. Like, yeah, you need to pay this amount of money more. And then you do. It's like the man has finances that are complex. Real estate also is a very complex, like, it's very difficult to look at the accounting of a person who makes most of his money in real estate. So, that's not easy. Being an accountant is... and tax laws, being an accountant, number one, and then understanding tax laws, and then understanding laws pertaining to real estate, that's a difficult thing to do. And then having, how many tax lawyers do you think Trump has? Probably like a million, or at least like 20 to 30 tax lawyers. So it's not like the New York Times crack staff. Intrepid team of people, the New York Times, the vanguards of journalism. It's like, I don't care what a bunch of Democratic loyalists think of Trump's taxes. And furthermore, that doesn't bother people because people understand, like you said, Jay, that it's legal. Big Chris! Oh, I forgot I was too excited. Check out the Scandals album. Okay, well... Sound of Your Stereo. The whole album is good punk rock on YouTube. Stay cool, brother. I am going to check that out right now. I'm going to make a note to myself to listen. Thank you, Big Chris. You always give me awesome recommendations. Been listening to a lot of the Misfits and the Ramones always. The Misfits, and a whole bunch of other bands. Love the Misfits. Danzig. Okay, Scandals. The Sound of Your Stereo. Okay. Listen to that. Thank you. Big Chris, thank you. Yeah, it's like, they don't get it. They're like, well, he doesn't pay Amazon doesn't pay taxes. You know what? We don't need 100,000 direct and indirect jobs because it's all about, what Amazon's doing. It's like, well, you don't understand the value or the benefit of actually having a whole lot of economic activity in an area because, their be-all and end-all, their lives revolve around what, and this is like, I'm speaking like a hardcore conservative here, but it's not. It is true. Government is great. It's fantastic. But you know what? It's not going to. Okay, the government is not going to make you wealthy or put money in your pocket. You are going to do this, and the economy around you is going to help you do this. That's what that's what that message to Tim Pool was. From Gary Lamb. Like, AOC doesn't get, like, because you go with Bernie, like, oh, you know what, the top 1% today, there's economic inequality. It's like, okay, yes. And when I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, I didn't even question the talking points. But then you start realizing, well, what are you going to do to get people wealthy? What are you going to do to generate wealth? Oh, justice, and this is inequality, justice, and yes. We should always strive towards justice. There's not a person on this planet that doesn't want to strive towards justice. Anyway, getting back to how are you going to help families put food on the table because the government cannot do this. They're going to raise the minimum wage. The Vice article I read the other night, they're like, yeah, sure, Clinton is going to impose a regime change on a country. Absolutely. But who's going to fight for a minimum wage raise? Like, whether or not that's important, you think we're going to compare the destruction of Libya to whether or not a president increases the minimum wage? I mean, this is the morality. These are the people who are going to lecture on justice and inequality and morality and good and evil. These are the people who are lecturing on that. They knew that the foreign policy that Democrats would espouse would be endless military conflict, and they're okay with this because of, 41259 Mike. HA, please verify Barron Trump is Biden stand-in for debate prep. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. The only stand-in for Biden would be the Tales from the Crypt animatronic thing, or The Exorcist, or a zombie, or an exhumed body someplace. This is not going to go well for. Here's the thing, Julio, hello. Here's the thing: if they try to say that Biden won because he just showed up, that ain't going to work. That's going to be a huge loss. So 41259, I didn't hear that. I don't know. I don't think so. Angela Goodwin, but skipping taxes by AOC is okay. But by the way, new DACA for the Bernie taxable. The best Angela was when he was asked about his taxes. He's like, well, you know what? I don't have to answer. What did he say? He's like, you know what? What about your taxes? Don't talk about my taxes. And then you get, like, Angela, people who, like, when you call them on it, you're like, well, why don't you just give money? They're like, oh, I'm not going to give money until everyone else does. It's like, oh, my God. Angela, thank you. T-10. Angela, hope all is well. Shout out to you and everybody here. Angela, thank you. T-10. HE, do you foresee another SCOTUS judge being replaced by Trump in the next 4 years? Possibly. Would that be the most put on the court by the same president? No, I think that there have been other presidents who put more than 4. I'm not exactly sure. T-10. I heard something about Clarence Thomas maybe retiring eventually, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. T-10, thank you. Oh, you're kidding. Oh. Okay. Lisa Lister, thank you. I am not sure about that. Thank you, T-10. Thank you. So, Trump, this is 5.4 million views. Biden said he got to the Senate 180 years ago. People, Hillary Clinton, the dorsal fin swimming around Biden is not Flipper. The dorsal fin swimming around Biden is not Flipper. Okay? And it's not Shamu. It's Jaws. And it's Madam Secretary. I'm telling you. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it. But it's happening. And I don't know how they're going to do it. I just typed in Shamu and I saw a really horrible attack in 1971. Wow. It's kind of like just like a. That is an unhealthy environment for any animal. But anyway, they're not even trying. They're not even trying. Then they're going to try to say that Amy Coney Barrett is part of a religious, a religious group, which is only going to bolster support around President Trump by religious people. And it is nothing they could do wrong. They always step into political pitfalls of their own making. So, trending fake billionaire. It's like, how does this hurt Trump? So Democrats don't think he's a billionaire. They never thought he was a billionaire. Then you have Biden today say, I got to the Senate 180 years ago. That's exactly what people think. This is exactly what people think. People believe this. Yes, it's true that you got into the Senate 180 years ago. Yes. Trump has to go hard. He has to wrong Biden, wrong. He has to do that. Like we did with Clinton. Wrong. That's the only Trump impersonation I could do. Wrong. Oh my God. President Trump runs circles around Biden. This is so fantastic. I love this so much. And they're still going after, like, well, Trump is a bad person. And then maybe the Clintons won't get away with it after all. Wow. And President Trump retweeted that. Wow. He retweeted Project Veritas. Wow. So, then you have one person. Why can't we just have George Bush back? This is the Democratic Party. It's like the Bush administration was the worst administration of all time. Literally got us into never-ending military conflict, war, destroyed countries, destroyed the lives of so many people because of their foreign policy, and they don't get it. Democrats don't care. They don't care. And that's why they're going to lose, because they don't care. Aaron Birdie, so I think that would probably be something that is an issue, long after the election, or at least after the election. I don't know. I don't really have any other than a whole lot of a whole lot of scoundrels are going to be running. I was going to try to. There's a song from Iron Maiden, but anyway, Aaron, thank you. I don't know. I don't have any predictions other than it's probably not going to be good for. It's not going to be good for me. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think it will be. The Golden Moo Moo. I'm going to push mine aside. This is mine. Yes. The Golden Moo Moo. You have to be one of the best names. You have to be one of the best names in this channel's history. I've had so many good names. Ghost Dog Smell is the only one since Biden has left. The Golden Moo Moo. You are fantastic. And the Golden Moo Moo, let me just tell you that you've been looking wonderful lately. The Golden Moo, thank you. Thank you. Moo is in the house, exactly. It's happening, people. They're not going to go with Tales from the Crypt. This charade is pretty good. People really believe it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. They're not going to... This is what's going to happen. Like, he'll barely... President Trump has to, if they're so inept to go with Biden in the first debate, he has to go hard. Golden Moo, tell Biden that there's no point. You need to replace him sooner rather than later. The Golden Moo, thank you. Bueller, Ferris Bueller, 17 seats needed. Doable Trump enthusiasm. The president should debate with Biden's teleprompter at some point. We can really get to know the teleprompter's positions. Exactly. Ferris Bueller, awesome. Exactly. That's true. I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Love it. That's true, Ferris Bueller. It's interesting too because everybody knows he has the teleprompter. They don't care. Everybody knows he's one fry short of a Happy Meal or pretending to be. They don't care. Everybody knows he hasn't accomplished anything. They don't care. It's just like, I'm telling you, if they put an alligator, they wouldn't care. If they put an alligator with a top hat, that alligator would be polling better than President Trump. They just don't care. There's like nothing that like normally in a presidential election, you try to win. Like there are high school, contests for president that are like where people take it more seriously than Biden. He's putting a lid on the campaign every day, and they say, "Well, it's debate prep." It's like, well, he was doing this for like the past 3 months. So I don't. It's like I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's just so obvious too. And I'm telling you, let me see this. Okay, let me go ahead. Bueller, Golden Moo. Okay, hold on. Joe Biden. Yeah, Joe Biden. Official campaign website. Oh, I just love their fantastic. That's a really fantastic. Both of them with their. Oh my God. This is a horrendous website. They're not even trying here, but whatever. Can I go buy something? I want to buy something. Store. I want to get a store. The Biden store. I want something that says Biden for president 2020. Okay, one thing. No president, though. It does say 2020. They just said one. Or one scarf. Okay, can I get Biden for president? A shirt. Anything. Underwear. Anything. Socks. Anything. Can I... Biden-Harris yard sign. Biden-Harris. Not Biden for president. Biden-Harris. And then, oh my God, it's just amazing. I paid more in taxes than Donald Trump. Vinyl stick. This is hilarious. Who would wear this? Don't answer that question. There's so many imbeciles who would. There's nothing here that says Biden for president. This is not what I'm basing my prediction on, but it's very bizarre. Just like him putting a lid on all of his campaigns. Here, let's go to Biden gear. Collection. Believe in better. They always come up with these. Build back better. Believe in better. Butter. Can't believe it's not butter. We make the difference. Oh my God. Okay. Fantastic. Beautiful. That's a beautiful shirt. Okay. Beautiful sweater. Okay. So rebuild with love. Okay. Future stronger. Okay. Animal Crossing. Okay. Accessories here. Yard signs. Okay. I'd like to... Biden and Biden-Harris. Not Biden for president. It's okay. T-shirts. This is horrendous. New arrivals. Still no Biden for president. So, no malarkey. Yay! This is not happening, people. This ain't happening. Bueller, the golden moo, thank you. Ferris Bueller, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, then they say, well, The Rock endorsed Biden. I like The Rock. He's fantastic. He's awesome. What Hollywood celebrity is not going to endorse Biden? Everyone's going to endorse Biden. Except, well, The Rock is big enough to where he actually can endorse President Trump and still, well, no, I don't know. He's still, like, active and, doing movies. So if you are not a legend already, like, you have to be an icon and a legend. Roseanne is a comedic legend. She's an icon, okay? The Roseanne show will always be talked about and watched. And her work throughout her life, she's a legend. She just doesn't need Hollywood. If you don't need Hollywood, you can pretty much do what you want. Clint Eastwood, another icon, legend. So it's like, but that's the biggest story for Biden today. And then the Christmas come early, like, amazing political victory for President Trump, third Supreme Court justice, because Democrats did this to themselves. And it's like, they don't have anything. They don't have anything to say. Cosmic Grandpa, the Harris administration featuring Joe, the basement stallion vine, choreographed by Cardi B, and Tekashi 6ix9ine, yes. Cosmic Grandpa, thank you. Cosmic Grandpa, hope all is well. Cosmic Grandpa. Be here, of course. Be here in November. I know you will. I know everyone. I know the Golden Moo will. The Golden Moo definitely will, because she'll be on that ballot on November 3rd. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. I'm running out of steam. Golden Moo, Cosmic Grandpa, everyone here. Thank you, everyone. Shana Tova to everybody here. And thank you so very much for being awesome. Make sure to catch my upload tomorrow morning or early afternoon Pacific. And, of course, be here at 9 p.m. Pacific every evening. We have such an amazing live stream every evening. Simon, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Angela! In 1840, Van Buren was the president. Communism started in the world. Revolutions were forming in Europe. Joe is a time traveler. He is, Samra. Thank you. Andy, thank you. Yes, he is. Angela, you're wonderful. Shana Tova to you, and thank you, Angela. And everyone, James Woods is fantastic. I will see you all tomorrow. Please be here, everybody, at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Oh, and if you want to be part of a newsletter, it's contactgoodman78@gmail.com. Thank you.